So, just so you guys know, I'm going to start doing, not makeup tutorials because I don't feel like I got them skills yet, but I will be sharing with you guys a lot of makeup and stuff that I get from, like events and stuff that I go to. I just have a ton of swag and like a bunch of swag bags. And I'm just like, if I'm getting this stuff, I might as well show people what I have. So the reason why I'm saying that is because I am discovering all the stuff that I have. And I am like a kid in a candy store, guys. I am like opening things and playing with things. So a lot of my makeup looks this week will probably be very drastic or just look a lot different from what I normally do. Normally I just wear like one palette because it's just something I've been using from the beginning and it's very easy for me. But now that I'm like, getting all of my makeup and stuff to share with you guys and just fun stuff that I've, gotten from going to events and stuff out here, I've just been rediscovering stuff and having a ball. Cause even when I was doing this makeup, I was just like, this is another choice. Anyway, let's get into it. So this episode picks up where the last episode left off. We pick back up from Ashley telling Katie that her mental state is not good enough for her to be in this group and all the ladies rallying around her. I do believe that when Ashley said that, she felt bad right away. I think she felt bad right away because the table turned on her. You know what I mean? She didn't have the vote of the room. All the ladies immediately started to support Katie. And I think Ashley knew that she just did not have that kind of support in the room, at least from her stance. Because when she was even trying to talk to Gizelle to get like somebody on her side, Gizelle was just like, just table this. Just table this. So guys, this continues to confirm for me that something is really deeply going on with Katie, really drastic behind the scenes, and that the ladies are protecting her. They really, really are, because just the way they rallied around her, I'm like, something more is going on, because they're talking about it, but they're not really talking about it. And even they're fighting for her to get on the reunion. Obviously, Katie needs some kind of financial support or maybe something to report back to the judge that she does have a stable job and being on this show. Something to help her fight to get her kids. Maybe that's what it is. But this cast is really rallying around Katie. And I know these are reality TV shows and they're supposed to be like catfighting and all kinds of mess and, all the drama to bring us here to watch these shows. But this is so commendable. You know what I mean? Like, I really love to see these ladies support Katie this way, because you can feel it, guys. You can feel it when you're watching their scenes. They were just like, no, we are going to protect Katie. There is nothing wrong with you, Katie. You are supposed to be in this group. And even throughout the remainder of this trip, they've all been like trying to help her and just making sure she's okay and really checking in on her. And I just love to see that. The mix of a little wig pulling and a drink throwing. I love to see these women really showing true sisterhood. After that moment of true sisterhood, Gizelle starts dragging Karen. So Karen was talking about her perfume and distribution. And this is the thing, Karen, you have to stop talking about your business ventures in front of Gizelle. You continue to do that, and she continues to take this information and try to use it against you. So I guess Gizelle chimed in on her conversation, and she was just like, well, you're not distributing your perfume yourself. And she's just like, oh, well, that's something I have to take back and talk to my partners. And then Gizelle is like, well, that just let me know that she doesn't own it. She's probably the face of it. Girl, who cares? Why do you care so much about this woman? Like, what is your issue with Karen? Because you tried to use everything about her against her to take her down, and you've been unsuccessful. You used the fact that her husband was going through some tax thing, and you were trying to see if she lived at one house and just like be really ridiculous about it. Was harassing her a whole season about that. Now you're harassing her about her parents and how she grieves the death of her parents. And now her perfume. It's like, Gizelle, do you not? This is the thing. Maybe she just doesn't have a storyline this season. Maybe she keeps on trying to stir up drama with other people and with Karen, because Karen is an easy target for her, because she really doesn't have anything going on. Maybe that's what it is. Because when you think about it, what is going on with Gizelle this season? Like, nobody can name anything. She's still in that, I was going to say PT Cruiser. What is that thing? That tiny clown car. She's what? Building up that dilapidated crack house and trying to turn it into a family home. What else does she really have going on? So maybe this is her angle. She's just like, I don't have a storyline, but I'm going to make sure I'm in every scene. I want to make sure I drum up some drama just so I can, not put my check in jeopardy. Because with these shows, if you don't bring it, you get cut. They don't care who you are. From these little issues that I'm going to talk about in this episode, it was a really light episode. It was just the ladies really having fun on vacation, because the next thing they do is they go to like pet stingrays, and all of the ladies go, including Katie. But you can tell that something's up with Katie, because ever since that altercation with Ashley, Katie has been very somber. So they're on the boat and Katie is very somber. They go to pet the stingrays. Katie says she's having a little stomach problem, so she's going to stay back. So Ashley, who is feeling the brunt of Katie's somberness because she feels like she brought that on, you did. You really did, because Katie was not acting like this before you came in with your mess, Ashley. Before that comment about her mental state, Katie was chill. So Ashley does feel responsible for it, and she does go to apologize to Katie, which is a good thing, right? The only problem with that is that Ashley apologizes all the time and she doesn't change her behavior. I think that Ashley needs to stop apologizing and start repenting, because when you repent, you change your behavior. You do not go back to the things that you used to do. And I think that's what Ashley needs to start doing. Stop apologizing, Ma. You need to start repenting. Because she apologizes and then she just continues to be nasty to people, tear people down, drag people in her confessionals. And then she's just like, oh, I thought that we moved forward. Ain't nobody move forward with you. They move forward with you on the scene, and then they watch the show, and in the confessional, while you're apologizing and while you guys are saying you want to move forward, you're saying something nasty about them. You really gotta work on that. Because I'm thinking about it and I'm just like, you know what? Ashley was cool the first season. I don't know what production told her. I don't know if they said, you're not bringing enough, you're on the chopping block. Because from season 2 on, she has just been a nightmare. Like, she has been very nasty to these ladies, trying to get the best clapbacks and confessionals, and then trying to apologize and move forward with these ladies every time she gets caught. It just doesn't seem genuine. It just seems like you are not friends with these ladies, you're co-workers, but you keep on saying that you want to be friends, yet you're doing every and anything that an enemy would do. And that's one of the main reasons why Ashley has so many issues within this group. She comes off as a friend, or say that she wants to be friends with these ladies, and then they watch the show and they see how horrible she's been to them. So Katie accepts Ashley's apology, but you can tell that something is still going on. She's just like, oh, we're cool, but there's something still going on. Like, she's saying that she's okay, but she's not. So then the ladies decide to get on some jet skis, and it's a really fun B-roll. They're having a really good time, except for Katie. So she decides that she just wants to go back to the hotel. The ladies know that something is going on, but they don't really talk about it. Like, they talk about it just a bit, but I'm telling you guys, you have to watch these ladies when they're talking about Katie. Because their mouths are having one conversation, but their eyes and body language is having another conversation. That's the conversation that I watch. Because when they were all talking about Katie and about how she wasn't feeling well, everybody was talking about it. It was a very surface and vague conversation, but the way their bodies were, the way their eyes were, it was something more going on, because they were talking, but it was just like, so Katie's not feeling well. And I'm just like, everybody knows that conversation. Everybody knows that conversation. So it's the kind of conversation where you're talking about something very important that only you and the people that you're having the conversation know what you're talking about, but you're in public. So the conversation is very coded. That's what I've been seeing this entire episode. And ever since, Katie started showing up in scenes and looking a little unhealthy. Can we be real? Unhealthy. And Gizelle, who is trying to act like she is trying to mend this relationship with Candice and Ashley, girl, like, we all see through it. I think even Robin was just like, just be quiet. Like, stop getting involved in situations because you just cause drama and mess. So anyway, Ashley and Candice are having a good time. You can see that they're moving towards being friends on their own terms. Gizelle decides to continue to call it out throughout the day. Oh, you guys are, talking. You guys are, being friendly throughout the entire day. So they sit down to eat, and then Gizelle brings it up again. And as soon as she says it, Robin just puts her head down, and she's just like, why don't you leave it alone? Like, let it just happen organically. And so she starts to speak on the issues that Candice and Ashley had. And Candice, who can't apologize or accept an apology, she chimes in and she's just like, well, if I've done anything, I'm sorry. but you need to like didn't even let Ashley digest the apology. And it wasn't like a real apology. It was one of those, if I did anything to you, no, you should not have spoke on her husband. Yes, everybody spoke on Michael, but you know that you and Ashley were not in a good place for you to be speaking about her husband. Like, you spoke about him like everybody else. You was having a little kiki like everybody else, but sis, you were getting your life out of that drama. And that's why Ashley was upset with you. Granted, Ashley should have had heat for everybody, especially Gizelle. But for some reason, she don't come after this woman. And we will probably never know. Is Gizelle responsible for bringing her on this show? Is that what it is? Because she just won't touch Gizelle. And Gizelle has been the messiest one concerning her situation with Michael. So I don't know, maybe she'll come for her at the reunion. We'll see. So anyway, Candace is just like, well, I apologize for my truth. And it's just not a real apology. You know what I mean? She's basically saying, I apologize for saying that your gay husband is gay. Like, it just wasn't an apology. And I give it to Ashley because even though it wasn't like a real apology, she was just trying to digest it so that they could move forward. But before Ashley can even digest it, Candace, well, now you need to apologize to me for acting like a crazy hoe in my house. And I'm like, no, a shady hoe. And I'm like, girl, how, like, what kind of apology is this? And the thing about it is, Candace said it with a straight face. So she doesn't know that she has this issue. It's just like, how do you grow up with a mom that's a therapist and just turn out so wrong? Like, not that she's like a terrible person, but her communication is very poor. Candace does not know how to communicate. Every time she communicates, it's either manipulation or a battle. There's no in between with her. There's no variety. It's, I will manipulate you with my words or I will battle you with my words. That is the only two levels that we get of Candace. Because this apology could have went a totally different way. And this was the only time I was standing with Ashley. I was like, you know what, Ashley, don't accept that apology. Like, it was not a real apology. Now you have to apologize to me for acting like a shady hoe. Oh no, we still got beef then. Because who you talking to? So Monique is out to dinner with her Goomba husband. He's such a nice guy. I did not want to call him a Goomba, but homie is built like a Goomba. Anyway, so they're out to dinner, and I guess they just had to throw Monique in this episode because this was just like a throwaway scene. We did not need to know that they're not having sex, and the only reason why he doesn't want to have another child now is because Monique is essentially getting older, so it's a lot harder for her to carry these kids, and she's just tired and she does not want to have sex. So he's just like, since you don't want to have sex during your pregnancy, we don't have to have a fourth child now. I was just like, ain't that just like a man? Ain't that just like a man? John Henry really fixed his mouth to say to his wife, well, now we don't need to have another child because you don't want to have sex while you're pregnant. No other reason. Like, the only reason he didn't want to have another child always resulted back to him. Like, everything was about him. They were having a fourth child or talking about having a fourth child because he wanted it. She kept on saying, I don't want another one after this. And he was so adamant about having another one. And now, all of a sudden, he's just like, we don't need to have this one because you don't want to have sex. Again, it's about him. It's about him getting fulfilled and nothing about Monique. It's not about, oh, this one was a lot for you. This one was probably a little health risk for you. So let's just be done here because I know this last pregnancy was very hard on you. No, it was about how he felt because he can't get access to her coochie during the 9 months because sis is tired. Just like a man. Everything is about them. So the ladies are not letting up on Ashley because now they're going to dinner. Katie is not joining them. And Robin was just like, Katie's not joining us. It's probably because of something that Ashley said. And all the ladies in the van agree like, yeah. And then Karen is like, you went to a dark place on her. And so everybody started commenting on how hard Ashley was. And Ashley and her big hair is just sitting there feeling really bad. Like, the ladies were not letting up on Ashley. They wanted to let her know that she was extremely wrong because Ashley was sitting in that van quiet, just sad and somber because she, essentially crossed the line with Katie, and the ladies let her know. This group has banded together to protect Katie at all costs. And guys, I love it. I don't agree with Candace much. I really don't, because Candace is just a brat. How are you the oldest and you're just like a brat, like a spoiled brat? But I will say that she had a really good point here, because Ashley in the van, when she was trying to defend herself, because the ladies, you know, were coming at her, collectively coming at her about Katie not being around the group because of something that she said. So Ashley is trying to defend herself, and she's just like, well, guys, I was upset. But this is the thing. Ashley is defending herself in a way that is not really defensive. It's in a stance of, I was wrong and I'm hurt, so listen to me, because she knows how wrong she really, really was. So she's just like, oh, guys, well, I was upset, and because I thought that she was my friend. And Candace in her confessional, because she did roll her eyes, and I'm glad. She rolled her eyes, but she didn't voice anything. So that lets me know that Candace is working on herself. But anyway, Ashley caught that, and she was just like, oh, no, I just looked over there. It's okay. I didn't, you know, she wasn't trying to get into anything with Ashley. They moved forward. She's really working on herself. So much respect, Candace. Candace's confessional, she was just like, how can you think that you're a friend to anybody? You're not. And you know what, guys? There's receipts. There's receipts from season 2 on. Ashley has not been a good friend. She has not been a good friend to any of these ladies. She talks about everybody, but the only one she will not come after is Gizelle, and I don't know why. If anybody has tea on why Ashley will never come for Gizelle, let a sister know, because it's so obvious. She will say something about everybody but Gizelle. What's that about? Now we get to this dinner, and Gizelle and the ladies are talking about moving forward, but Gizelle is the one voicing everything. She was just like, oh, I'm glad to see that, you know, Ashley and Candace are doing well. I'm glad to see that we're all just moving forward to each other nice, and we're making sure that we are nice and respectful to each other. And Gizelle was just like, and Robin was just like, well, speaking of being nice, you came to my event that was about me celebrating a huge milestone for me and my business, and you ruined it. You came after Monique. You didn't even say hi to me. You just came in guns blazing. And let me tell you something. I gasp, because Robin never stands up to Gizelle. Never. And you could tell that it was really hard for her, guys, because her voice was shaking. Homegirl was nervous, and Gizelle was sitting there and just watching her. And then you got to look at the rest of the table, because all of the ladies were looking at Robin like this. They were like, you know, like a black mama at their child's graduation. They were so proud of her. They were like, like they were so freaking proud of Robin. And Gizelle took it in. And I think she took it in because I don't think that she's the friend to Robin that Robin is to her. But I think she knows that Robin is loyal, and she don't want to mess up that friendship. Because if she loses Robin, the whole group will descend on this girl. The whole group. Maybe not Ashley, but I feel like once she loses Robin, she's in trouble. God. You know what? This is Ashley's season to get it. The ladies are sick of her, because Ashley, now that her and Candace are cool, she tries to give her marriage advice because Chris is doing some cookbook or whatever, and Candace is just like, well, you know, that's his thing. I'm staying out of it. And Ashley is just like, well, you know, you need to, you know, that's your husband and y'all married together, so you need to make sure that you guys have like some kind of deal about the book. So basically, Ashley was saying, make sure you're covered, because yes, you guys are married, but it may not work out. So just make sure that you can get a little piece of this pie, because you have helped him build this thing. Although you let him take the shine for it, your hands have been in on it and helping it and probably paying for it, right? So I get where Ashley was coming from, but they're not in their space yet. And how I know, all the ladies were commenting, because when Ashley started talking, the ladies were like, and then Karen was just like, I can't, and then Karen in her confessional was just like, I can't believe that Ashley is trying to give Candace marriage advice when she got all them holes in her prenup that she still hasn't plugged up, and she trying to give this girl marriage advice. Basically, Karen was just like, sis, take care of home first before you start giving out advice. And you know what? It's true. It's true, because remember that scene where Ashley was like, oh, baby, I just want you to know that I really want to be with you, baby. It's not about that. So if you want me to sign this prenup, I can't believe you let Gala make you sign a prenup. Get it? That you can always fight a prenup, and maybe Ashley can come back when they're getting divorced and just be like, well, I signed it under duress, like he was forcing me to do it on camera. Maybe she can come back and say that, but I was just like, girl, this is obviously a money grab. Why are you signing a prenup? So the episode pretty much wraps up with Ashley and Candace, you know, having a moment together. They're doing yoga. They're talking about healing and moving forward. And I thought it was really cute, right? But I gotta be honest with you guys, when I was watching this, I was just like, how long is this gonna last? Because these two just cannot get along for some reason. Even on Candace's introduction season, they still got into it. Like, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the beauty queen, like, competitor in the both of them. I don't know what it is, but it just, I'm watching this little reunion and I'm just like, will this last? Probably not. And did you guys see Gizelle journaling? I don't want to make fun of the lady because I know she's working on herself, but I was just like, sis, why are you writing like a 6-year-old? Her letters were so big. They were taking up like 4 spaces. I was just like, that journal is not going to be long. You know, that's probably going to be a day worth of thoughts in that journal. The way you're writing, you're going to get through that in one sitting. So the episode ends with the ladies trying to find Katie. We don't know where she went. Her room is cleared out. They think that she has left the island. I don't know, guys. What do you guys think? I think that maybe if she was really sick, she probably went to the hospital, but then her things would still be in the room. So I don't know what happened. Maybe because she did sit down with Robin and Ashley and they did ask her if she was pregnant. Maybe she found out she was pregnant and she decided to leave. I don't know. Katie has been very somber since she got into that, little spat with Ashley. So I don't know if it's her mental state. I don't know if it's her kids. I don't know if it's the fact that she's pregnant or if she's really sick or if she's sick of the ladies and being on this island. I don't know what it is, but I'm starting to think that whatever it is the reason why Andy doesn't want her on the reunion. What do you guys think? Let's talk about it in the comment section below. That's it for me. Thank you so much for stopping by, guys. And if you like what you see here, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will see you probably sometime later today for something else. Love you guys. Bye.